Got over 425 views. Well, welcome everyone to the Davey Wiliams commemorative concert here at Roulette. And it's my pleasure to say a few words to you before we start. And I had asked Ann LeBaron if she would write a few things. Ann LeBaron's one of our collaborators in the early days, and now she's a very well-known and respected American woman composer. And she could not be here, so we'd like to invoke her now, to come down with her words. The way she wrote this, I think I could just tell the story of a couple of things that are going on with what's on her thing. And the first thing I'd like to say is how Davey and I met. Ann LeBaron introduced us, and she invited me to go to the county fair. And so I said, okay, I'll go to the county fair. And so she shows up in this large, long gold cutlass and the tail fins, the whole 9 yards, and it's loaded with all these men. And so I wound up having to sit in the lap of, I think, somewhere close to Big Jim and Mitchell Cashin, and it was very uncomfortable. But all of a sudden, I really had no idea where we were going. We wound up in this county fair. There were like pigs and, barnyard smells and all this kind of stuff. And she went and bought everybody tickets. And we were in line for the Ferris wheel, and she put Davey and I together to go on the Ferris wheel, and we did. And so here we are, we're going around and around. And all of a sudden, the Ferris wheel stops on the very top. So we had to talk to each other. And that's how we really met. And so it's so weird that we would be on a Ferris wheel, looking down at all these, barnyard animals and stuff. But we talked about music, and we made a point to get together, and the rest is history. We are collaborators for life, in a way, spreading the gospel of free improvisation along with probably most of you all, and that's where it came from. I would like to read from her writing. She says, Davey was so much more than a musician, dedicating himself to painting and writing while engaging in his own idiosyncratic and refreshing philosophical ruminations. For me, and I'm sure others who knew him, he was endlessly inspiring and always transporting, conjuring rapid-fire gestures and sound of untold numbers of people on his countless performance tours. And no doubt that's true. The last thing I want to share is, she says, Davey's generosity as a fellow musician and improviser was palpable. For instance, here's what he shared with me as Sid. Sid Charisse, his alter ego. When he listened to her Concerto for Active Frogs at the 2013 Redellinus reunion, he was backstage with Reverend Fred Lane. And he said, and she's quoting him, he said, distinction between the hylas and the homos and the horns was not easy, at times impossible. Made for an oddly calm place in that backstage area, which became a, let us say, surreal nighttime outdoor environment. One of those movie scene dream moments where Sid and Fred are in a dark alley in the middle of a strangely lyrical swamp, changing clothes. Prehensile contrails as always. Sid. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I want to thank Jim Staley and the staff of Roulette for this beautiful hall and for the beautiful opportunities he's given so many to perform in this sacred space. Davey and mine's relationship was extremely special. My only brother, and he was my inspirer, and we collaborated in so many things. I'm not a musician. I am intensely interested in surrealism and automatism, free thought, open thought. I'm an armchair philosophy type guy. And what Bruce was talking about, electricity, Davey was a musician and with an electric guitar, and all that time I was this electrician in power plants. And you know, it was a really interesting parallel there because of sine waves and frequencies and hertz and magnitudes, and all of energy goes back to electricity, the energy of plants, the energy of chemistry. And Davey and I would have these way out there conversations about the nature of energy, improvisation, convulsiveness. And that thing about convulsive beauty or convulsive blues applies to all of this, and that is the power of convulsive energy. The power between this the voicings of instruments and the reverberations and all that, but most importantly, the power of energy between people. And so I had a list of everybody to thank, but everybody's been thanked by the opportunity to be able to play together and get to know each other and perform together. But most especially, I want to thank our parents, Hanny L. Williams and Ulita B. Williams. But what was special early on when Davey was in his high school days, meeting Tim Reed, and he was in Tuscaloosa and getting to know these people, and Davey would bring folks to Utah and hang out. A lot of these people here kind of knew through Utah. I recall a while back, early on, John Zorn came through Utah, coming out of Mississippi, and picked up Davey and LaDonna to come up here and do some gigs in New York. And this is how they influence people. So my mom, you come to the house, and they were, would welcome you in and cook you dinner. And I remember watching John Zorn watching cornbread bake in the oven. Just amazement. And but that really goes back to where Davey and I were coming from, is because Haney and Alita were very compassionate about humans and sharing people and trusting people and allowing us, Davey and I, to they encouraged us to be ourselves and find our way, and we found our way into some very, very interesting stuff. Davey was kind of my guide. He would always introduce me to books and concepts. So I'm grateful for that. And the folks are gone now, and Davey's gone now, but all of y'all, all of the people in this community, all of the people that loved and supported Davey, including all of y'all, are members of our family. The family of creativity, the family of communication, the family of respect, and the family of mutual understanding. So every time, whatever you do, play from your heart, play to humanity, play to the world. And I think free improvisation is one of the best examples of that, because it's not a whole lot of preconception, and it exists in its own world. We're just lucky enough to live in it. So thank you very much, and thank you all.
Thank you.